everyone, welcome to the object identification technique part 5. We'll go directly to the session, and today we are going to talk about how to prepare the XPath using the tag. So you'll be getting the doubt, boss, why you are putting this only the tag? There are various category. Using the various category we can prepare the XPath. So one is XPath, the another one is by using the ID and name. The other category is using the text and link. The another category is using this parent and child. The again another category is using the sibling. Again another category is using this dynamic. So we are going to see each and everything. Okay, the same elements can be identified with the help of different identification technique. It means simple. Before we go to the technical thing, we'll understand the story. Why do we need to use a different technique? The thing is, for example, if you want to identify me, where is Venkatesh? Venkatesh is located in the Pune. That's kind of the person is located in the Pune. One kind of identifications. Another way we can say, okay, the person is working in this particular company. Another way of identification is, we can say, this particular apartment he's staying, the particular flat he is staying. Okay, he has one daughter. So the way is, we can identify the element by using different way. That is what the identification technique. Okay, by using the company, by using this flat details, by using the location, by using the father name, other stuffs also. But our motto is identifying the person. That is what here is we are going to do. Okay, fine. Now let's go and identify the element using the first three techniques. What is that? This is the first technique. The first technique is element E with attribute A. Okay, for this example, I am going to take this particular site. Okay, this is a site I am going to use it. Okay, and again you will be getting the doubt, boss, from where can I get this site? Shall I use it? No problem, you can always use it. If you are looking for more site also, I would recommend to go through this one. Okay, just go to this particular site. Okay, if we go to this ultimateqa.com dummy automation website, you will find n number of websites over here. Okay, you can use this site for your automation practices. Okay, so if I just take this one, okay, for this training. Okay, because I want more sites, no problem. I have one more URL also. If you go to this one also, this is also a lot of free sites. There are n number of open source sites here. Okay, what is this? Techlistic.com. Okay, the previous one is 18 sites, the second one is 10 sites. Okay, fine. 8 sites I think. Fine, let's forget about those things. Actually, I am going to take this particular saasdemo.com. Fine. How to identify this username? How to identify the username? The previous video I told that we can use a lot of locator strategy, ID, name, class name, link text, tag name, right? Some other also mentioned it. But here now we are going to talk about the XPath. How can we identify this username with the help of XPath? There are so many techniques. That's just now I told. I'm going to use this technique, the first technique. Okay, how we can identify this element use with the help of this technique. Element E with attribute A. Okay, this is username. I'm just clicking on here, do the right click, inspect. Okay, click in on here, hover the mouse here. So what will happen? If you see here in the HTML, it's a DOM. We are calling it as a DOM, document object model, right? In the DOM, we are highlighting input type text, class, form, input, right? Something. If you see in the left hand side, something username text box is highlighted, right? So this is what our element. but I want to form the element with the help of this particular technique. What is a particular technique? What is this E? E is nothing but it's a tag or element. What is the tag name? Input. Okay. And I have to put the square bracket. What about this one? At. Okay. At means some. A means what actually? Attribute. How many attribute we have? Type, class, dataset. So many attribute we have. Which attribute I should use? Can I use type? Let's try type. Okay. So I formed this. I'm just going here. I'm pasting it. See, here is 3 matching node. First one also highlighted, second one also highlighted, third one also highlighted. If we use this, the particular XPath, what will happen? 3 matching nodes are showing actually. Okay, but I want the unique thing. I want to identify in the username text box. So from where it is located actually, this username text box, it is located in the first index. So put the bracket, okay, and put 1. Now only one element. Okay, so this is a text box. Okay, can we write it with the help of the program? Can we verify it whether it is actually a text box or not, username text box or not? Can we write it in the program? Can we verify it? We will try and verify it. Okay, fine. How to, we identified the element here. Sorry, we just kept it here. Okay, we need to inform to the Selenium, right? For that, how can we do that? Selenium driver, I am creating one web element, username. Okay, we have to add this. Okay, the username text box, the text box name is username. Okay, driver dot find the element what? This is the element. Find this particular element by XPath locator, by dot XPath. And what is the XPath we identified? This is the one, right? Copy this, paste it. Okay, this is what XPath. Now element is identified. We want to verify it, right, whether it is really going there or not, right? We can test it by sending some text. Username dot send keys. Send keys means we can pass the text into the particular text box. What is the text we can pass? We have a lot of username here, right? Better we can use this username. What is username? Standard user, right? Just I am copying here. And let's just paste it. Now let's run the program. Now what will happen? It will open the SAS demo site and it will try to identify the particular username text box with the help of the XPath, and it will enter the standard underscore user. Yes, it is entered. Now whatever the element we identified, that is correct, right? Okay, shall we identify the password web element with the help of the second technique? This technique is fine. Can we use the second technique to identify the element? We'll try. Okay, element E with attribute A containing text T. Here is exactly or partially also is fine. Okay, exactly also fine, partially also fine. Okay, now let's see how to identify the element. Select it, right click, inspect, click it on here. What is that? Input, right? Input means it's a, I want to identify this one, right? This one. So how can we do that actually? Input contains at What is the at A I mentioned it. What is the attribute I want to take it? I want to take this type attribute. So type, comma, single quote. What is the value? What is the thing they mentioned actually? Element E. Element E means input with attribute type containing text. Containing text T exactly. T exactly or partially. Can we put like instead of full, can we put partially? Partially can put. Okay. Now we'll take this. See, now it is highlighting this one. Now it is highlighting this. Now it is highlighting this password. Sorry. Now it is highlighting this password text box. Okay. Let's create the web element. How to do the web element? Web element password, right? So password driver dot find element by dot xpath, this one. Now I identified the password web element. Now I identified the password web element, right? Now we'll test it. Password dot send keys. What is the password I have? Secret and resources, right? Take this. Okay. Okay. Now let's run the program. Yeah. Right now is it is entered the username with the help of the technique 1. So it is entered the password with the help of the technique 2. Right? Now we need to click on the login button, right? How can we do that? Let's use this third technique. Third technique, what they are saying actually, element whose attribute A begins with T. Okay, how can we identify this one? The login button. Let's go here. The attribute element. What is element? Element. Element means it's an input tag. Input at starts with, right? At A means what is the actually it's an attribute, right? Type attribute. I'm going to use a type attribute. Comma. What is the value? The value begins with. What is the value begins is? It is attribute name is submit. So I'm going to use sub. See? So it is highlighted. So I'm going to use this. Can we create one more web element here? Web element. What is the name of the what is the name I can keep? Login button. Login btn. Okay. Login btn. Login btn is equal to driver. We need to find the particular element with the help of the web driver only. So driver dot find element by dot xpath and this is the one right here. Okay, now element is found by driver. So okay, fine, what operation you want to do? I want to click it, so dot click. Okay, done, right? So this is a one done right now. Let's try that. Right click, run as test engine test. Here you go. So we are able to see this next page, swag lab something, right? So this is the first technique. Can we try to identify the same way in using the another technique? This one, we'll try that too. Okay, fine. Can we create using one more test also? We can create learn XPath using the different category using tag. Using tag. Okay, same test case, but the thing is we are going to use the different XPath, not the same XPath, previous XPath. We are going to use the technique. So I'm just deleting that here. Okay. So the first test is this is the first test case. Second test case, I'm going to use this technique. So let me copy this technique here. This is my technique. Okay, fine. Again you will be getting the doubt, boss, why you are identifying with the different technique? As I told in the before I start the session, we can identify the person using different way. Similarly, we are identifying one web element using different technique. That's all. I'm repeating one more time. If you want to identify me, you can identify me with the help of my name, my company name, my native, or any other way, right? Similarly, you can identify one web element using different technique. Okay, fine. So we learned 3 techniques. Again we are going to learn 3 more techniques using the tag. Okay, let's see right now. Element E with attribute A containing text exactly. The previous one we have studied it exactly and partially, but this one is exactly. Let's go. This one will identify the username text box using the first technique. How can we do that? This is a web element, right? The username text box I want to do. Right click, inspect, here. This is the one. What it is saying actually, first technique, what it is saying, element means tag name. What is the tag name? My tag name is input, and at means normal. To denote any attribute we are using that. What is the attribute I am planning to use? Type. Okay, C equal to single quote. Here. Okay, so this is the one. Exactly the attribute and value. Value is this one. Type text. See this one. And again you will be getting bus. The word is something exactly something. Okay, instead of text, can I put only tex? Will it work? No. the element won't be 0, right? So you need to put exact name, full name. Okay, can we use this first technique for username here? Yes, paste it here. Okay, next I want to no, so now username is identified, right? I want to identify the password. Password element, how can we identify? We are going to identify with the help of the technique 2. What is the technique is saying actually? Element E1 with ID I1, element E2 with ID I2. It means assume that, just assume that your element initially prepared with one ID. Assume that, okay? For example, in the release 1, they put the element ID is user name, okay? In the release 1, element ID, ID attribute is ID attribute value is username in the release 1. In the release 2, developer they change the ID attribute value from user name to user hyphen name. I'll repeat one more time, just for assumption, okay? In the release 1 means while developing the application first release, they just kept the ID attribute value as username, okay? So in the release 2, due to some technical issue, what they did, they just changed this ID attribute value from username to user hyphen name, okay? So in such a scenario, what you will do? Your code has to work, right? Why your code has to work? Suppose your R1 application is already released, R2 application also is going to be released, but your script has to work. The same script, same web element has to work for R1 as well as R2 also. How it is possible? In this way. So what you have to do actually, you should create the web element in that way. Input, okay, at ID. What is ID attribute? This is ID attribute, right? ID attribute is equal to username. This is the R1. In the R1 they kept like this only, but during the R2 developer they changed it actually. What they changed it? They changed it to input at ID is equal to this value. So in such a case, what it has to do? Your script has to work, right? Let's see what will happen. It is highlighting this one, okay? Suppose for example, if you put like only this one, means will it work? It won't work. But the same web element, it will work for the R1 release. Why? The R1 application having only this as an attribute value, R2 application this as an attribute value, but the web element whatever we prepared, this will work for both the version, okay? So in that way we can create it, okay? Fine. Okay, so password, oh sorry, we need to identify the password also. Password is, we can simply identify how to prepare the password at ID is equal to password. what about the, which I just swapped the first and second technique, okay? What about the third one? Third one is element E1 with ID I1 or ID I2. Same story. Same story. Okay. Assume that during the R1 time period, we are going to identify the login button, okay? Input, okay, ID. Just assume that, okay, during the R1 release means your application R1 release, the ID attribute name is login button. But later, developer, due to some technical issue, they just changed this attribute from login button to login hyphen button. But R1 time box, your script, everything is developed using this login button. Okay, but the new scripts, everything you are developing using this one has to work. Your script has to work for both the things, right? In this cases, how will you develop that? In that way only we need to develop. How to do that? Login. This is a new one. Login button. So your script won't fail for both the releases. Okay. It will try to find that. Okay. Whether is this having login button here? No. Script won't fail. Do we have login button? Yes, we have. So this is the element. If both the things are not found, then your script will fail. It will throw the no such element exceptions. Getting? So why they are using the particular technique? Okay, fine. Now let's run the program right now. Okay, now it is coming. You want to verify whether the swag lab is opened or not. How will you verify? Actually, your expected also string expected results is equal to swag labs. How to get the current result? It is actual result string actual results. Let's paste it here. How can we get the current result? Actual result means I want to get the title of this one. We can get the title from the driver with the help of the driver dot get title. We know that, right? Assert dot r equals or asset equals. Okay, what is the actual result? This is actual result. What is the expected result? This is expected result. Okay, now let's see. Your test case is passed right? Your actual and expected results are matching. Okay, so this is the technique using tag technique. Prepare XPath using the tag category. Okay, fine. Now let's go for next technique. The next technique is using the ID and name. Okay, we'll see in the coming video. Thanks for watching.